Hey, welcome back. So on today's episode on Cooking Grizzly, we're gonna make onigiri. Basically rice balls that I'm gonna stuff with 3 ingredients: chicken, salmon, and tuna. Other than that, let's get right into it. Here's what you're gonna need. For onigiri, it's just rice, and everything else is optional for what you want the filling. But if you just want rice balls, then just rice. Next up, you're gonna need nori to wrap it. A topping for the rice, I chose the everything bagel seasoning because that's really all I can find, and honestly, it tastes pretty good. And one of the fillings I'm gonna be using is the salmon with a monetary rub. Next filling is chicken that I'm gonna use the garlic pepper to season with. And the last filling is going to be tuna with your choice of sauce. And I chose the yum yum sauce. It is pretty delicious. Again, this is your preference. Do what you like, but this is what I'm going to go with. To start out, here is 2 cups of unwashed rice. As procedure follows, I'm going to wash it until the water becomes clear. And then let the rice sit in the water for about 30 minutes. I highly recommend doing this because the rice puffs up and it just becomes a better end product. So let's get right to it. The first filling I'm going to cook is the salmon. Since it already has a rub on it, that's all I'm going to use. I'm going to put my pan up to medium-high heat with a little olive oil. Very classy. And cook it 4 to 5 minutes, flipping it 1 time. And that should be about it. You don't want to overcook salmon or fish. It's also important to note when you cook salmon, you always want to cook skin side first. It just gives it a nice crust and it's really delicious. But I guess it doesn't really matter in this sense because I'm going to flake it up after it's done to place it into the rice balls. Neat little trick. Alright, the salmon's reached an internal temperature of at least 145 degrees, so we are good to go. Alright, I'm back with a whole clean station again. Next up is the chicken. A little bit of olive oil. Since we had so much salmon, I'm only going to use 1 piece of chicken that I flattened out. As you can see, easier to cook, all the way around. Let's get right to it, huh? Alright, this chicken should be good enough. So here I have 2 4-ounce cans of tuna that I'm going to mix with the yum yum sauce, and that should be all the fillings. I really have no set amount of how much I put into it. Just keep going until you feel it's right. Oddly enough, this is my favorite filling. I know not a lot of people like tuna, but mix it with the right kind of things be the best dang thing you can ever have, in my opinion. Perfect. Alright, all that's left is to cook the rice and form everything together. So, it's been about 30 minutes and you can definitely tell the difference between just washed rice and rice that's been here for 30 minutes. So, now that this is all ready to go, I'm going to bring some water up to boil, cook this up, and stuff everything together. So when you want to get the rice water portions correct, it depends on what rice you use, but for jasmine rice, for 1 cup of rice, you got to use 1.5 cups of water. So for 2 cups that I put in, I'm going to use 3 cups of water. I'm going to bring this baby up to a boil, pour my rice in, drop it down to a simmer, and let this cook for 25 to 30 minutes. It really depends, but keep an eye on it. In goes the rice. Bring that down to a simmer. And we're just gonna let this chill again for 25-30 minutes, really depends, but I'll be back. Rice looking good. Alright, I'm just gonna let the rice cool off just for a little bit. The trick is you want the rice to stay at least semi-warm while forming everything. It just makes everything easier. So I'm gonna set up my workstation and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's my little workstation. The rice has been sitting out for about 15 minutes, letting it cool down. All my fillings are up top. My nori's over here, ready when I need it. I got my water and salt, so I can rub my hand in both of these, so it's a little easier to work with the rice. And that's about it. Forgive me if this is a little all over the place. I haven't done this in a really long time, so I am going to try and form them into triangles, but I guess you'll see at the end, right? So let's just get started. Now that I got an onigiri of each of my fillings, I'm going to stop here just to show you guys how everything is, and cut up my nori to put on bottom, sprinkle a little on top, and we should be done. Hey guys, so I'm really excited to try these. So I'm gonna go with my favorite first. A little love makes things go a long way. So it's so good. It's so simple, but yet it's just so good. Just rice, filling, and nori, and then the little sprinkle on top. And the good, really fun things about these is, if you want to make them in advance and serve them later, you definitely can. Just wrap them up, and they're good for like 2 or 3 days, give or take. But I don't know, it's something a little different. Like if you were packing something for lunch and you pull one of these babies out, like, it's just different. It's all simple ingredients, but all I can say is this is a very fun dish. And if you'd like to make it, please, I highly recommend this one. This one's definitely fun if you have kids or Like I said before, partner, friends, family. Definitely a fun dish to do together. I just did it on my own for now. But it's a lot of fun. Anything I would change about this is maybe the filling. Like again, I can choose whatever I want to put in these. I just chose 3 that I felt I was in the mood for today, you know? And that's it. So, if you watched this far, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Or more like, cheers.